welcome to the deep dive. Okay, wow, you were catching us at literally the perfect moment.
Right.
Yeah, because just as we were getting set up, this piece of news landed,
Mm-hmm.
and we just had to jump on it immediately. We're talking Spider-Man, brand new day,
Mm-hmm.
and this totally unexpected link to Glasgow, of all places.
Yeah, absolutely. So our mission for this deep dive really is to try and unpack what these reports actually mean. They're super recent.
Super recent.
What could they be telling us about, where Spider-Man might be heading next? And why is this specific detail, this Glasgow connection, so, well, interesting for fans, obviously, but maybe for anyone just curious about these big franchises?
And when we say recent, I mean seriously fresh off the press. We're looking at a report from HollywoodLife.com,
Okay.
and it's detailing celebrity sightings apparently linked to Spider-Man. Brand new day, set activities. Get this.
Mm-hmm.
The date they're reporting for these sightings, August 3rd, 2025.
Wow.
That was what, like 3 days ago? So this is happening now?
Right. That's incredibly current.
So this report puts Spider-Man's brand new day, whatever that means in this context,
Yep.
right in Glasgow. What's the first thing that, like, jumps out at you there?
Well, okay, just to set the stage a bit.
Mhm.
Brand New Day isn't just some random title they pulled out of a hat, right?
No.
For comic fans, that name carries a lot of weight. Historically, it points back to the aftermath of One More Day.
Yeah. That storyline.
Exactly. The one where, Peter Parker makes a deal with Mephisto and his marriage to Mary Jane just gets wiped from history.
Controversial is putting it mildly.
Definitely. It was basically a massive reset button for the character, a soft reboot, changed everything, and let's just say the fan base was split. Very
Yeah.
split.
Yeah.
So hearing that title, Brand New Day, attached to actual, set activity now, it immediately makes you think something pretty significant, maybe even seismic, could be coming for the movie Spider-Man.
And that's where it gets really fascinating, isn't it? Because we've seen different movie Spideys, and they've all handled his life, his relationships, differently. So if this brand new day is echoing that comic reset, I mean, are we talking a literal undo button for the movie version? Or maybe it's more thematic, like a new beginning vibe without rewriting his whole past?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Feels like we're right on the edge of something potentially huge, or at least something very different.
Precisely. And that's why the location, Glasgow, suddenly feels so important. When a huge movie like this picks a city that isn't, say, New York or LA,
Yeah, it usually means something.
it's rarely just for a pretty background. Glasgow's got this amazing mix, right? Old Victorian stuff, industrial history, but also a really lively modern side.
Yeah, I can picture that.
It's a city of contrasts. So could it be that its specific feel, its look, lends itself to a particular kind of new day for Spidey? Maybe something, I don't know, grittier, or just visually distinct to signal this fresh start.
That makes sense. Like the city itself becomes part of the story, not just scenery.
Exactly. It makes me think about how, London is so tied to Bond, or New York is Spider-Man, usually, putting Brand New Day in Glasgow.
Yeah, that feels like it's making a statement. It's not just a backdrop. It could be like a character in the film itself.
Okay, so we've got the title, loaded with history. We've
Yeah.
got the unexpected location, Glasgow.
Hmm.
Now let's circle back to these celebrity sightings Hollywood Life mentioned on August 3rd.
Right.
What kind of sightings actually tell us something useful here? Because celebrity could mean almost anyone, couldn't it?
It absolutely could, and that's the key thing. For a movie this big, knowing who was seen can tell you a lot.
Okay.
Like, was it Tom Holland? Was it Zendaya? The main stars?
Mm-hmm.
Because that would suggest major filming has already happened.
Right. Cameras rolling.
Or is it maybe the director?
Mm-hmm.
Producers?
Mm-hmm.
Key crew members just scouting locations or doing prep? The report just says celebrity sightings.
Vague.
It is vague.
Mm.
If it had been, Tom Holland spotted in the suit swinging down Buchanan Street, that's a very different story.
Totally different signal, yeah. That tells you about the film's immediate status, what we have now. It gives us clues, maybe suggests early stages, pre-production, maybe location checks, but it's still just clues.
Okay. So the fact that it isn't super specific actually leaves more room for guessing, in a way.
Sort of, yeah.
It definitely confirms something is happening related to Brand New Day
Yeah.
in Glasgow, but it doesn't scream action just yet.
Correct.
So what else would we be looking for? What kind of reports would confirm things more solidly or maybe hint at who else might be involved?
Well, you'd typically look for things like official casting announcements, obviously, or more detailed reports, maybe from local sources about actual set
All
construction.
right, physical builds.
Or even, social media slips, cast or crew posting something that accidentally gives away their
It's
location.
happened all the time.
It does. The fact that this report is quite general, celebrity sightings, it leans towards maybe earlier phases. Location lockdown, perhaps very early shooting with just a few people, maybe second unit stuff capturing background plates.
Yeah.
But the absolute core takeaway here, the wheels are turning, definitely. A new Spider-Man project is moving forward, and Glasgow is somehow central to it right now.
Okay, right. So let's recap where we are. We've got this incredibly fresh report, literally from August 3rd, 2025, via HollywoodLife.com.
Mm-hmm.
It places Spider-Man Brand New Day activity, specifically celebrity sightings in Glasgow.
Yep.
So you listening now should have a pretty good handle on not just that basic news, but also the the baggage that Brand New Day title carries from the comics,
Definitely some baggage.
the potential significance of choosing Glasgow, and what we can kind of read into, or maybe what we can't read into those initial sightings.
And what's really striking, I think, is how one small detail sightings on a certain date in a certain place can just explode into all these questions about where a huge franchise is going.
Okay.
It really makes you think about all the deliberate choices behind the scenes, doesn't it? Location scouting, adapting comic stories. It hints at bigger strategies.
So the big question we want to leave you with is, what does this all mean? When you hear Brand New Day now, tied to Glasgow, what does that signal to you?
Mm.
Is this going to be a massive shakeup for movie Spidey, maybe like that controversial comic reset,
Yeah.
or something completely new that just borrows the name? And what does putting him in a global city like Glasgow outside of New York actually do for the character? How could that change the story, or even just change how we see him?
Yeah, lots to think about there. It's definitely something to keep mulling over. This Brand New Day, it feels less like just a title now and more like a promise, or maybe a warning of change anyway.
A promise of change. I like that.
So yeah, keep an eye on how this develops. These first breadcrumbs, the Glasgow sightings, they're likely just the start of figuring out Spidey's next big chapter.